Hi guys, Black is here. All right, check this. People get angry with me when I say technicians are not that bright. People hate when I say that, okay? People hate when I say truck drivers are not that bright. People hate when I say that. Now, I'm gonna explain to you what I mean when I say that. First, let's talk about technicians. Now, my Volvo, well, not mine, my company Volvo, this truck is 2021. It's a year old. I got it about this time last year. As a matter of, well, anyway. The heater does not work correctly, okay? The mechanics can't fix the heater because they can't find a code. Because it doesn't have a code, they can't fix it because it don't have a code. When they drive it, the heater works. Okay. After you drive it for a while, the heater stops working. They don't know what to do because it doesn't have a code. They don't know, they simply don't know what to do. So you say, well, if it don't have a code, but there's clearly something wrong, they are technicians, why can't they fix it? Let me tell y'all something. Some years ago, I had an International. For about 2 years, they worked on the air conditioning. The leasing company, they sent it back to International. International could not fix it. What did it do? It did several things. Okay, one of the things it would do, the air conditioner would work fine for about 20 minutes, and all of a sudden it'll start to get hot. So I had to ride down the road, cut the ignition switch off for like 1 second, and cut it back on, and the air conditioner would get cold again for about 20 minutes. And I have to do that again. So I'm studying riding down the road all day long doing that. Okay, they did something to it where now the air conditioning would work on the highway, but it wouldn't work in the city. In the city, it would start to get warm. On the highway, it was cold. In the city, it was warm. They couldn't fix it. They tried to fix it. They couldn't fix it. Finally, there was a truck driver. I was telling another truck driver, I was telling him about what was going on. A third truck driver butted into our conversation, and it sort of pissed me off. But I'm glad he did, because he told me to go outside and turn this particular valve called a expansion valve. I knew what an expansion valve was. I didn't know they were adjustable. But I turned it and the air conditioner started working all the time. Anywho, fast forward to the Volvo. The heater only works when you turn it, the temperature wide open. If you cut it back, one click off wide open, it go completely cold. They can't fix it. Now, what I want to talk about truck drivers, when I say truck drivers are not the brightest people in the world, okay? Some years ago, I was coming back to Georgia. I was in Georgia. I was on I-20. I don't remember where I was, but I was in Georgia. I was going up a slight hill, and there was a bunch of ice on this hill. There were 2 lines of trucks and cars that could not pull that hill. I mean, it was 2 lines of trucks. Every 2 trucks were spooning. I mean, they would jackknife, because every time they pull out, the back end would slide, and they would jackknife. I pulled over to the side of the road, and there was a policeman in the middle, on the left side of the road, sitting in the ice. And I didn't want to drive up there without asking his permission, because policemen tend to act stupid when people do stuff, right? So I got out the truck and walked up to him, and I asked him, could I drive through? And he said, how you gonna drive through? It's a whole sheet of ice. I said, well, my truck has special locking axles, and it's designed for ice. And he goes, you have changes? I'm like, no, sir, I have special locking axles that designed for ice. And he goes, and to my surprise, he tells me, if you think you can come through without hitting them trucks, come on through. Surprised the hell out of me, because normally cops won't let you do stuff like that. I went back, got into the truck, and I locked all 4 axles down. I mean, it was I think it was 2 switches I flipped, and it becomes all 4 tires will spin no matter what. Now this is the part where I say truck drivers are stupid. Most truck drivers, they learn to pull off in one particular gear, and that's the only gear they know how to pull in on. I tried to train a guy, he was taught to pull off in 3rd gear. I was trying to explain to this man that you can pull off in 4th gear in all trucks, because at that time, all trucks had big engines. They put out a lot of clutch engagement torque, meaning that without giving any gas, you come off the clutch, the damn truck will pull off. So I told him to put it in 4th gear. Don't pull off in 3rd, use 4th. He didn't want to do that. I'm tearing up the transmission. I don't want to tear up these folks' transmission. Finally, anyway, I put the damn truck, flipped the switch to high range, put it in 6th gear without giving any gas, eased off the clutch. The damn truck started to spin a little bit, but the truck started to move slowly, but it started to move. Without giving it any gas, I just let it sit there and spin. I mean, the truck got a little sideways, it got a little jackknife, but it was moving. It was moving sideways for about 50 feet, I guess. And then finally the truck started to gain traction. The truck straightened up and it was idling through, okay? I went past the police with all them damn trucks, jackknife. I'm pulling this slight hill. Every time I touched the gas, the truck would spin and get sideways. So I just said, well, I'm not gonna touch the gas. I'm gonna let the damn truck. And it walked all the way until I got off the ice or whatever, and I went on about my business. I'm gonna tell you another time, the same thing happened in Birmingham on 459. Anybody been through Birmingham? I don't know the exit, but there's one big old hill that kind of go up to the left. When you're heading west, you go up a hill, and I think it kind of turns to the left. You go into a gully, and then you have to come back out. Well, every damn truck, none of the trucks could pull that hill, because the same thing, they would spin and start to slide. I did the same thing, put the damn thing in 6th gear, high range, put it in 1st gear, which is 6. Eased off the clutch, the damn truck spins some without giving any gas. After a while, it caught, and the damn truck went up the damn hill, and I went on about my business. So, what makes me any different? The deal is this. When you are on ice or snow, you can't use them low gears. Low gears produce a lot of torque. That torque makes the rear wheels spin, and they can't grab traction, okay? So you put it in a tall gear, it won't put so much torque to the rear wheels. They will pull off. Now, you don't really heat up the clutch, but you do get it a little warm. Not really, because you're at low RPM. I've never smelt the clutch, and I've never burnt one out this way. But this is how I drive in snow and ice, and it has worked several times. But again, this is what I'm saying about truck drivers are not that bright. You try to teach them how to do something different, they don't want to do it because they were taught a certain way, and if they don't do it that way, they assume they're messing something up. Mechanics are the same way. You teach them how to do something one way, they don't know how to do anything else. Now, I have a video where I tried to rebuild a valve body in my Trailblazer, and I didn't do it deliberately, but I left out all 7 balls, okay? If you ask a transmission expert what happens if you leave out all the balls, they'll tell you the transmission won't work. They really don't know because they never done it before. And I only know because I accidentally did it. But I do know the transmission will pull just fine. It just shifts hard. Not real hard, but it shifts hard. This is Dre. Y'all have a good day. I'm done.